This is Chapter 6, Section 5, Notes, and we're going to be talking about ordered pairs and inequalities and graphing inequalities. So it says, problem 1, is the ordered pair a solution of y is greater than x minus 3? So our first ordered pair is 1, 2. Now remember, this is x and then y. So what we're going to do is we're going to plug in 1 for x in the equation and 2 for y in the equation. So it's going to start off with 2, is that greater than 1 minus 3? So 1 minus 3 is negative 2. Is 2 greater than negative 2? Yes. So this would be a solution. Okay, so 1, 2 would be a solution. This next point that we're going to plug in has an x of negative 3 and a y of negative 7. So I plug this in. Is negative 7 greater than negative 3 minus 3? Negative 3 minus 3 is negative 6. Is negative 7 greater than negative 6? The answer is no. Negative 7 is actually smaller. It's a smaller number than negative 6. Okay. So this next problem is we're going to graph inequalities. So we're going to graph y equals x minus 2. Y is greater than x minus 2. So first things first, we're going to graph the equation just as if it was a regular equation. So because the y comes first, I'm going to use my slope and my y-intercept. So I have a y-intercept of negative 2 and a slope of 1 over 1. So on the y-axis, I'm going to put a point at negative 2, and then I'm going to go up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1 from that point. Now I've already done this, so I'm not going to show you, but I would like you to go ahead and graph this line. The second step, though, is to figure out when I connect those dots that I just made on this graph, should they be a solid line or a dashed line? So a solid line will happen if you have a line underneath a greater than or a less than symbol. A dashed line is what happens if you don't have a line underneath here. So in our equation, this is our inequality. I do not see a line underneath there, so for us, it'll be a dashed line that connects the dots. Okay, the third step is to plug in a test point. My test point is always going to be 0, 0. So I'm going to plug in 0 and 0 into the equation. So is 0 greater than 0 minus 2? Well, is 0 greater than negative 2? Yes, it is. So here is my graph. Remember, I started at negative 2, went up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1, up 1 over 1. Then I connected it with a dashed line. That was step 2. And then 0, 0 is right here in the middle. I said that this yes was a solution. That means yes, I need to shade on that side of the line. Okay, so this is like a fence, and you're trying to figure out which neighbor's yard your baseball landed in. So this would be the target area. My baseball landed in this yard. Okay, so problem number 3. What is the graph of each inequality in the coordinate plane? So problem A is x is greater than negative 1. I give you the hint that this should be a vertical line because it just has an x. It doesn't have any y's. So on the graph, you're going to find negative 1 on the x-axis, and you're going to make it a vertical line. Now you have to be careful. Is there a line underneath this inequality? No. So you need to have a dashed line connecting. Okay, so you have a dashed line like that. And if you plug in 0, is 0 greater than negative 1? No. I'm sorry, yes. 0 is larger than negative 1. So this should actually be shaded on the 0 side. So 0 is right here, so I'm going to shade over on this side. because 0 is bigger than -1. Now, letter B has y is greater than or equal to 2. So first things first, because this only has a y, this is going to be a horizontal line. It's going to be a solid line because of the line underneath. And then if I plug in 0, 0 is greater than or equal to 2. Is 0 bigger than or equal to 2? No. Nope, 0 is smaller than 2. So that's not a true statement. So I'm going to go ahead and put my dot at 2 on the y-axis. I'm going to make it a solid horizontal line, so it goes left to right. And then 0 is here. So if it's no, I'm not going to shade on this side of the line. I have to shade on the other side of the line. Okay, if it was a yes, I could shade in this yard. But because it's a no, I have to shade over here.